guys, what's going on? It's your boy Brass Tax in this bitch. You already know. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Well, as short and sweet as I can. God damn. You could probably hear some rain in the background. It's the UK. What do you want me to say? It's raining every day. All of this shit's rhyming. I don't know what to say to you. Just came back from watching Terminator Dark Fate, and I want to give you my thoughts on it. It's going to be a spoiler-free review, but I am assuming you've watched the trailers. Okay, so if you haven't watched the trailers and you want to go in there blind, then you go right ahead and you might have to switch this off. But for the most part, I'm going to be referencing the trailers in this bitch. People have said that this is the best Terminator since Terminator 2. They are absolutely right. It is the best since that. But is it really saying anything? I mean, we had Terminator 3, guess what? Good for the first 20 minutes, and then it fell off a cliff. Then you had Terminator Salvation, which was okay, but it was pretty forgettable for me. I love the practical effects of that, but for the most part, I didn't like it that much. Then you had Terminator Genesis. Oh, shit. The less I say about that, the better. So yes, this is the best one since. Firstly, I will say the acting on this is really good. Arnie is great in this, and he is great because he's doing something slightly different that maybe you haven't seen before in previous movies. Linda Hamilton is A1. She's still got it. She's still believable. I've seen her in some Hallmark movies. Don't ask me what I'm doing watching Hallmark movies, but I've seen her in a couple of movies, and she can really act. And she's believable here. She looks like she'll give you a high five or she'll shoot you in the head, and you believe that shit because that's the kind of person she is. Mackenzie Davis, I know she was in Blade Runner, but prior to that, I didn't know that bitch. But she's very believable here. Her acting is really, really good. I gotta say, there are some scenes which she does some very subtle things, and you do feel everything her character is feeling. I know when the posters came out of her, Linda Hamilton, and Natalia Reyes, people were very upset by this because they're like, oh my God, it's a feminist thing. But the ladies in this movie kick ass, 100%. Natalia Reyes is also really good. This movie is kind of structured around her character, and she's important, and I would like to see what the future holds for her. I always felt that the Terminator was about Arnold, but watching this, it really wasn't. I think it was more about Linda Hamilton, right? She was the missing ingredient in the previous movies. But those movies were shit anyway, even if she was in them. She probably saw Terminator Salvation and says, look, I can't be in this. And then she saw Genesis, and then she thought, fuck that shit. That's probably what she thought. I don't blame her. So I can understand why she's back here. Let's talk about Gabriel Luna. Now, the only other place I've seen him in is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I've watched all of that series from start to finish. It did deteriorate season by season, but he was Ghost Rider in one of those seasons, and he was great as Ghost Rider. If they made a film with him as Ghost Rider, I would watch that shit. He was really good. So when he was announced as the Rev 9, as the Terminator, as the bad guy, I thought he'd do a really good job. He's no T-1000, okay? Not even close. The T-1000 was just something else. The way the T-1000 was scanning the rooms and the way he moved almost cat-like. He's got elements of this in here, but it's not the same. But what I do like about him is this model is more engaging with people, more interactive with people. He has somewhat of a personality. He'll say something, then switch off. But his eyes are kind of dead the whole time. It's like he would get into character to talk to someone and then become the Rev 9 again. You guys watch the Joker movie. You know when the Joker does a laugh and then he stops and switches up? He does a little bit of this in this movie, and I do like that. I think he's a very interesting Terminator. The Rev 9 itself is very interesting. When I saw him in the trailers and I saw he could split into two, God damn. Imagine if you could do that with your girl. Can you imagine the possibilities? I could think of a few different things I could do there. Now, when I saw that this Terminator could do that, I thought, wow, I can only imagine the possibilities in this movie. I can imagine so many fights and so much mayhem this Terminator can cause. But they didn't take full advantage of the fact that he can split and he can do all of these extra things. It's like they played it safe this whole movie. But I think that's my problem with it. The most surprising part of this movie was the first 10 minutes. And the special effects in the first 10 minutes were great also. But I felt they really did play it safe. Now, when people say this is like The Force Awakens, I understand what they mean because they were really playing it safe with this. They didn't try and innovate. And I think that's a shame because there were plenty of scenes and set pieces where I felt they could have done a lot more than they did. The chances are, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen a fair bit of the movie. Every time they got to certain scenes in the movie, I knew what was going to happen next because I saw the trailer. The trailer gave too much away, goddammit. The special effects didn't blow me away. What you saw in the trailers, a lot of people were complaining that, shit, is this what the VFX look like? They look terrible. They didn't look that bad to me in the trailers, but they haven't improved them. That's all I'm saying. They haven't improved. Some special effects look really good and some not so much. But it's not so bad that it takes away from the movie. But it does feel as though they had the big budget at the beginning of the movie. That's where you get the big special effects. And then they're running out of money as they get to the end of the movie. But saying all that, it is a pretty good movie. I want to see where they go from here, because although it's a continuation, it is a bit of a reboot as well. You know it's Terminator. You know what that means. That means the timeline's all fucked up. But I'm going to let that slide because I had a good time. This is very hard for me to do, guys, because I'm trying not to give spoilers away. I might do a review in a week or so where I talk about spoilers, but yeah. I think you guys should go and see it. Temper your expectations somewhat. Don't expect to be blown away, because you're not going to be. It's a safe sequel, if that makes any sense. But it was good enough that I want to see what happens next. Did you know what companies sometimes do is if they've got a PG-13 movie, they'll contact the ratings board and request that they change it to an R rating. They've done that a few times. Do I think this is a PG-13 movie? No, but I think it could have been with very, very slight modifications. But that's not to take away from the action. The action's really good. It shouldn't really matter anyway. I mean, it's machines getting fucked up. It's not blood in there, although there was some blood in some scenes, I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, guys, there you have it. You should go and see it. I had a good time. It's definitely not Terminator 2. Not at all. But it's a good time. Apart from T2, I can't remember the last time I watched a Terminator movie and actually enjoyed it. And I did enjoy this one. So you should definitely go check it out. If you have, tell me what you think. Tell me what you thought of the scenes, but don't spoil it for anyone in the comment section. I'll do a separate spoiler review maybe. All right, guys, you take care. I'll catch you next time.